Good evening, everybody. It is September 17th, 2024. It is 6 p.m. and time to call to order this meeting of the Gallatin City Council. We begin each of our meetings with an invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Allison, Councilman Allison, Pastor Allison, would you be willing to do the invocation for us? And Councilman Fan, do you want to lead us in the pledge, please? Okay. Thank you. If you'll stand with me, please.
Would you join me in prayer? Father, we thank you for safely letting us arrive at this meeting this night. We pray that we would have your wisdom and that we would demonstrate all the qualities that you have set as an example to us through your Son, Jesus Christ. We thank you for this city, and we pray that it would prosper and be all that you want it to be, and that you would give wisdom to all the staff and to this board tonight as we consider issues before us. And it's in the name of Jesus that I pray. Amen.
Please join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you this evening. Ms. Kittrell, if you call the roll for us first, please.
Vice Mayor Love.
Here.
Councilman Allison.
Here.
Councilman Carter.
Present.
Councilman Fan.
here.
Councilman Fennell.
Here.
Hayes.
Present.
And Councilman Juvance. Mayor, we have a quorum.
Good, because everyone is here. Thank you all for being here this evening. Next, you have the minutes from the September 3rd, 2024 meeting for your consideration for approval.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Vice Mayor Love,
Second.
second by Councilman Hayes. Any additions or corrections requested? Seeing no one asking for any, all in favor of approving the September 3rd, 2024 council minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously. Next, we'll have public recognition on agenda-related items. Public recognition happens at the beginning of the meeting for items that are on the agenda. It also happens at the end of the meeting for items that are not on the agenda. Accordingly, you can speak at either time. You'll have 5 minutes. You need to give us your name and your address for the record. Also want to mention to you that there is a public hearing tonight. It is for the amended preliminary master development plan for Gallatin Gap on 2 parcels totaling 35 acres north of National Pike, west of Harris Lane. If that is your concern that you would wish to speak to tonight, you may wish to do so under the public hearing. But with that, public recognition on agenda-related items is now open, and you may come forward if you'd like to speak. All right, seeing no one indicating that they wish to speak, I'll declare public recognition on agenda-related items closed and move now to Mayor's comments. First, I do want to remind everybody that the census is going on. There's an opportunity to take the census online. It will take you a minute or less unless you have 10 or 12 people in your household, and if you're a fast typer, you might still get it done in a minute. But we ask that everyone go on the website. You can find the link to it on our website. You will see QR codes all over the city. All you have to do is use your camera, and that will connect you to the link to take the census. You can do it wherever you are, wherever you happen to see it. Just a reminder to please help us count the number of people who live in the city of Gallatin. Remember, this means more money coming to the city of Gallatin and not costing any of our citizens a single penny. So help us make this census, this special census, successful, and participate and encourage your neighbors and your family to do the same. A couple of events I do want to share with you all this evening. The first is the Red Cross Blood Drive tomorrow at the Civic Center meeting rooms. That happens from 11 to 4. Ribbon cutting is also happening on Thursday for the completion of the I-65 widening project that connects to 109. That's happening at 10 a.m. up in Portland. Third Thursday on Main is also Thursday. Ty Gregory is the featured performer. This weekend on the 20th and 21st is the Sertoma Tractor Pull happening at Triple Creek Park. There's also an Interscholastic Cycling League mountain bike race at Lock 4 Park, a softball tournament at Triple Creek Park, the St. Vincent 5K Run Walk at Triple Creek Park, and the car cruise in at the Civic Center. Parks and Recreation will be very busy this weekend. While I'm talking about the things happening this weekend, I will mention that there was just the Pawpalooza and the Doggy Paddle Pool Party, and it looked like everybody had great fun, especially the four-legged friends. And so thank you for making that happen, everyone involved. Coming up on the 27th is Good Morning Gallatin. It's an education update. This is sponsored by the Gallatin Chamber. Anybody can attend. You make reservations through the chamber. Dr. Langford will be talking about the state of Sumner County schools, and that is on the 27th at 7:30 a.m. at Hampton Inn. And then coming up on the 28th, there's another opportunity for career exploration. It's a Dozer Day, a construction carnival, and that's happening at 2310 Nashville Pike, often referred to as the Comer Barn property. And that's an opportunity for young and old to go out and see heavy equipment and learn about operating them as a future career. And I think that is it. Courtney and Jimmy's birthday is coming up on the 29th. Happy early birthday.
Mayor, I'm not sure if you mentioned something really big on Friday. Gallatin High School's
Homecoming. I had it marked and I did not.
And
how did I skip
parade.
that? Yes, this Friday, Gallatin High School Homecoming Parade. If you've not been in Gallatin for a minute, you might get really upset when traffic comes to a standstill Friday afternoon to honor our Gallatin High School football players and cheerleaders and all the students at Gallatin High School. I think it happens at 4 o'clock or
That's what time the parade starts.
parade starts at 4. It's not a very long parade. It does interrupt traffic for a short period of time, but it's a long-standing tradition that's very important to the students of Gallatin High School, the alumni of Gallatin High School, and certainly many of the residents here. So, and then of course they play that night. So come out and support the Gallatin Green Wave on their homecoming evening if you so desire. Thank you so much, Vice Mayor Love, for reminding me of that. With that, I'm going to move on to the regular agenda, and the first item on the regular agenda is the public hearing on ordinance 02408-45, and to introduce that, Councilman Carter.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, approving an amended preliminary master development plan for Gallatin Gap on 2 parcels totaling 35.01 plus or minus acres located north of Nashville Pike and west of Harris Lane, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. And this public hearing is now open.
Public hearing is open. If you would like to speak to this, you may come forward at this time. Seeing no one, public hearing on ordinance 02408-45 is now closed. Item number 2 is second reading on ordinance 02408-40. Councilman Fennell.
Thank you, Mayor. This is ordinance City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning 24.49 plus or minus acres from the PGC Planned General Commercial District to the MRO, which is Multi-Residential and Office District, with an amended preliminary master development plan for the crossings at Hidden Creek, phases 1 and 2 on 5 parcels, totaling 120.50 plus or minus acres, located north of Highway 386 and east of Big Station Camp Boulevard, authorizing revision to be indicated on official zoning atlas, repealing conflicted ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion by Councilman Fennell, second by Councilman Hayes. Opening the floor for discussion and questions. Councilman Giovanni, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mayor. I still have the same concern. We have not been addressed about the parking space. There is only 29 extra parking space for 285 units, and I don't think that's enough. We're going to have an issue after, and again, there is no open space, so I can't vote yes for that.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, this is second reading on ordinance 02408-40. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no.
No.
Passes 6-1. Item 3 is second reading on ordinance 02408-41. Councilman Hayes.
Yes, this is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning 47.51 acres from the SP Specific Plan District to the MRO PUD Multiple Residential and Office Plan Unit Development District in the Greensboro Village PUD, and a preliminary master development plan PUD amendment for a multi-tenant retail development totaling 56.47 plus or minus acres located east of Greenlee Boulevard and north of Nashville Pike, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Hayes, second by Vice Mayor Love. Questions or discussion by any member of the body? Okay. Seeing none, this is second reading on ordinance 02408-41. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Passes unanimously. Item number 4 is second reading on ordinance 02408-44. Councilman Carter.
Thank you, Mayor. This is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning a 0.286 plus or minus acre lot from the R10 Medium Density Residential Zone District to the R6 High Density Residential Zone District located south of West Eastland Avenue and east of Pafford Place, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. And I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Carter, second by Councilman Juvance. Are there any questions? Is there any discussion requested? Okay, it's second reading on ordinance 02408-44. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Passes unanimously. Item 5 is second reading on ordinance 02408-48. Councilman Allison.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance appropriating $380,000 from the general fund unassigned fund balance to the police department gun range construction project. I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Hayes, second by Councilman Fennell. Any questions, any discussion? It's almost done, Chief Bandy. Second reading on ordinance 02408-48. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Passes unanimously. Item 6 is first reading on ordinance 02408-49. Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a first reading on an ordinance appropriating $9,831.75 for repairs to environmental services vehicles. And I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Juvance, second by Councilman Carter. Is there any questions, any discussion? This is first reading on ordinance 02408-49. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Passes unanimously. Item 7 is first reading on ordinance 02409-50. Vice Mayor Love.
Thank you, Paige. This is an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning a 3.62 plus or minus acre lot from the Agricultural Residential Zone District to the R15 Medium Density Residential Zone District located north of Hartsville Pike and east of Enoch Way, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. I so move.
Motion by Vice Mayor Love,
Second.
second by Councilman Hayes. Opening the floor for discussion. Councilman Juvance.
If we rezone, they bring us what they want to do, so we know there's going to be triplexes back there. So I don't think that fit there. We'll be voting no.
Of course, I missed last week, so I'm not really up on it, but I did ask a few questions. I think some of the questions that was coming up is about how the townhomes would actually look. And is that going to have to go back to the BZA?
I think, didn't we decide that this was just for zoning and that most of us didn't agree with the townhouses at all?
Okay, I'm sorry.
And this is first reading on ordinance 02409-50. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no.
No.
Okay, it passes 5-2. I have Councilman Carter and Councilman Juvance voting against.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Passes 5-2. Item number 8 is first reading on ordinance 02409-51. Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. It's an ordinance of the City of Gallatin, Sumner County, Tennessee, rezoning a 3.69 acre lot from the CS Commercial Service District, MU Mixed Use District, and CG Commercial General District to the CG Commercial General District located north of Tulip Poplar Drive and west of Walk Ring Road, authorizing the revision to be indicated on the official zoning atlas, repealing conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. And I so move.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Juvance, second by Councilman Carter. Are there any questions? Is there any discussion? Yes.
I want to make sure people understand that that parcel is not the same parcel we had coming earlier on the car condos, because I got some call, and that's further down the street, so that's a totally different parcel.
Anyone else? Okay, this is first reading on ordinance 02409-51. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Passes first reading unanimously. Item number 9 is first reading on ordinance 02409-52. Councilman Allison.
Thank you, Mayor. An ordinance appropriating funds for 2024 carryover projects. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Juvance, motion by Councilman Allison, second by Councilman Juvance. Questions, discussion? You do have an amended one on your desk. I forgot that.
I want to make a motion to amend this ordinance to include the 12 additional lines of item who were not included on the initial one.
Adding the department.
Second.
Okay, motion to amend by Councilman Juvance, second by Councilman Carter. Any
Mayor,
questions on that?
Can you repeat that for me?
This is, on your desk, you have something for Agenda 9 from our Finance Director, Ms. Nichols, and 10 lines are added that are from the Parks and Recreation Department. And so the first sentence of the ordinance has been updated to reflect those items being included, and so it's slightly different than the one that was in your packet.
And is that what Councilman Javance?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm in a dead spot on the speaker or something.
I know, it's hard to hear.
I just want to make sure, yeah.
Councilman Allison has made the point that we need to do better with audio up here so we can hear each other. Mr. Henschel agrees. Okay, so we have a motion to amend by Councilman Juvance, second by Councilman Carter. All in favor of the proposed amendment, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously. We'll go back to the original motion as amended now. Any questions on that? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion does pass. Ordinance 02409-52 amended passes first reading. Item 10 is Resolution R2409-76. Councilman Fan.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $12,200,000 in aggregate principal amount of electric system revenue bonds, Series 2024 of the City of Gallatin, Tennessee, making provision for the issuance, sale, and payment of said bonds, establishing the terms thereof and the disposition of proceeds therefrom, providing for the collection and the disposition of revenues from the electric power distribution system of the municipality, and making provisions for the operation of said system. I so move.
Motion by Councilman Fan, second by Vice Mayor Love. Opening the floor for discussion or questions on this.
I just want to disclose that I am on that board.
Councilman Juvance, you recognize?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Mr. Kimball for the work he's doing, and he generally paid cash, but like he said, there is growth who need that expense. So it's pretty interesting that the substation are where we're growing the most, one in Nexus and one on the Look-For area back there. So that's all.
Anyone else with comments or questions? This is Resolution R2409-76. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously. Mr. Kimball. Item 11, Resolution R2409-77. Vice Mayor Love.
Thank you, Mayor. This is a resolution awarding health, vision, and dental insurance contract for the City of Gallatin. I so move.
Second.
Motion by Vice Mayor Love, second by Councilman Juvance. Are there any questions, any discussion? Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank our HR director for the fantastic job she did to save us a lot of money. We're hopefully going to be able to use somewhere else.
Anyone else? This is Resolution R2409-77. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously. That concludes the regular agenda, y'all. Wow, 6:20. I do have some other business this evening. It should not take too long. One is a street closure for the Gallatin City Cemetery, Gallatin, Sumner County Museum, the Gallatin City Cemetery Tour. It happens on October 5th, 2024. They are requesting the street closure of Cemetery Avenue from West Smith to West Winchester from 2 p.m. until 11 p.m. Does have the proper signatures, and they've been doing it for a lot of years with little issue.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilman Hayes, second by Vice Mayor Love. Any questions, any concerns, any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. Does pass unanimously on this, the 17th of September. I would encourage you all to check that event out when it happens in October. The other thing I have is for the Gallatin Chamber of Commerce Farm to Table. We did previously approve the road closure for that event, but what we did not approve and that they need approval for, if this council is willing, is for them to be able to serve wine at this event. And for this to go to the state, we have to have a letter from the city of Gallatin saying that we have approved for them to sell wine. We've done it in the past.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Councilman Hayes, second by Vice Mayor Love. Questions, concerns? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right. Opposed? Passes unanimously. I'm hearing things, so. All right, next item under other business is the report on the 2024 gas bond. This is the presentation of the State of Tennessee Comptroller Report on Debt Obligation, and for that, our Finance Director, Ms. Nichols.
We don't require any action from you. It just has to be presented at a at a council meeting, and it was in your packet. It discloses all the pertinent information about our gas bond that we just issued.
Give your personal reflections. Actually, you did that already. You came and reported, didn't you?
I do have another item I want to ask for.
Any questions for her related to the gas bond issuance? Okay, well then go ahead with the other one then.
I emailed everyone last week with a resolution to apply for a grant. We missed the deadline to get it on the agenda, and we didn't realize that it had to be, the application deadline was coming up quickly. This is a federal grant for Reconnecting Community Pilot Program and Railroad Crossing Elimination Program. It does have a match to it, and that's when we brought it before you. We applied last year, but were not awarded, and the engineering department would like to apply again this year.
I would highly encourage that we do so. For years, we haven't thought that we had a chance at it, but recently Cleveland, I guess 2 years ago, Cleveland received a very large award to make great improvements to an at-grade crossing that was not dissimilar than what we're talking about. And I would submit to you all that eliminating this at-grade crossing in Gallatin would be transformational. So
Eliminating what?
the at-grade crossing for the resolutions on your desk. It's for the corridor between State Route 109, US 31E along State Route 74 and State Route 25. And what we're asking them for is a study to see what we could eliminate.
Gotcha.
I particularly am interested in the one at Red River Road, so.
Motion to move it on.
It's a 20% match, y'all.
Second.
So it's not to move it on, it's actually a motion to apply. for the
consider.
grant.
Well, first we have to.
To consider the motion.
Thank you. Motion to consider. Motion to consider by Councilman Javance. Second by Councilman Allison. Any questions on considering? All in favor of considering this request, say aye.
Aye.
This resolution, okay.
give the title and the resolution number for the
Okay.
record?
We'll vote again. So a motion to consider resolution R2409-78, which is approving a grant application by LIA on behalf of the City of Gallatin, Tennessee for federal assistance to the United States Department of Transportation's Reconnecting Communities Pilot Program and Railroad Crossings Elimination Program. So we had a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. That's the motion to consider. Now we will actually vote on the resolution, which is Resolution R2409-78. I won't read it again, it's okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no.
Do we have a motion?
Oh, we did not have a motion to approve. Motion by Councilman Carter.
Second.
No, that was on the motion to reconsider, so,
She and I did a motion at first
oh, okay.
to send it on. Yeah.
Okay, let's go with this one. Councilman Carter, over here, Vice Mayor Love. Okay, motion and second on the resolution. R2409-78, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. All right.
Thank you.
Permission granted, Ms. Nichols. Thank you, and thank you to engineering. And it's not hard to miss some of these deadlines because they do sneak up on us, especially with as much as we've got rolling. Is there any other business from this body to come forward? Councilman Fan.
The next committee meeting, could we get an update on the traffic calming on Belvedere? I've had a couple of calls on that.
There will be one.
And
I'll ask him if he's available to do one.
and Carlton, please.
What?
And Carlton, that was part of the study too.
What now?
Carrollton.
Carrollton.
Oh.
Carrollton.
Okay. If available, you will present, correct, Mr. Tuttle? Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Councilman Juvance.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Rachel, for sending us the numbers on the savings and what that would cost to consider a dollar raise for the next, starting January 1st for 6 months. The difference between the cost will be and what we save will be $290,000 around there. And I think that's feasible because the salaries were budgeted at 100% total. That means we have plenty of job opening were budgeted and where we don't use the money. So I think that would be nice to consider that. And I don't have the exact number, but I would like to get the number. So to keep going on that, Ms. Nichols, is that something you could kind of get? What the difference between what was budgeted on salary and what we already disbursed for that?
I can, but I will not be here next week.
Yeah. Send an email?
Okay.
Well, and also you do have that perpetual obligation, and us adding,
Yeah.
I think, $2.5 million this year is one burden that we're going to be working to absorb in the years ahead. And as you know, we've committed to doing another salary study. Not popular, particularly by some of the people sitting in this room, I'm sure, but to do just another $1 an hour across the board, which we've already done just a few months ago and is making a difference. I've had some people share that their staffing is actually better than it has been, and they think it is because of the increase that we have done. There are some jobs that are above market. And so to just blanket say, let's increase across the board is not the solution. The solution is to do what we committed to do when we did the budget, which is to do a pay study, and we're putting money towards that with the salary information that we're gathering and the work that Rachel and Courtney and I have all committed to do before the next budget year. So that's my feelings on this.
And my feeling is that we need to do something because we need to retain employees, and I know we're going to do a study, and we can adapt after the study because I'm pretty sure the study is going to say go higher.
Well,
So that's the way I feel. I think we have the money, and I know it's perpetuity, but that can be included in a budget next year. We spend plenty of money on studies where the books stay in the shelves after. I've been here for years and years, and higher studies more than anything else. So I think right now we are at the point where we need to retain our employees. We need to get more employees on a low-paying job. And the low-paying job, if someone on the county or on the city near there pay more, we're never going to get them. So we're going to arrive at a point where we're going to lose people because they're going to be tired to spend too much time working. Sure, they get overtime money, but at one point, overtime money is not good enough. They don't spend time with their family, and we're going to lose people. So that's the way I feel. I know the way you feel, but
I think my perspective is broader because I've also seen the retention and the attraction of employees for many years, and we're doing better than we have ever done. And we're only 2 months into this budget year. And we know that there is a shortage of employees nationwide, but particularly here in Middle Tennessee. And we still have a responsibility to our taxpayers. And what we have, all experienced is just this constant hopscotch with desperation for employees where the same people are going to cycle around. But I do not think the responsible thing to do is to follow one pay increase with another, which that was following another very sizable one last year. Probably a total impact to the budget, $5 to $6 million. And when you're talking the budget the size of the city of Gallatin's, and you're talking about throwing just another $1 an hour across the board, going to create compression, but you're also going to be additionally compensating employees who are well within the higher end of the market for their positions. I get what you're saying about the low-wage employees. That's where the greatest competition is. But that's universal because there's just a shortage of workforce. And I'm not against raising that pay, but we have to figure out the way to do it where it makes sense and we are accountable to our taxpayers. So.
Maybe we can discuss this later after our census comes through, which I will say that District 1 is winning.
Oh, way to go. Good, my goodness.
Yeah, we're doing great, huh?
Because I'm in District 1 too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Wow, substantially too.
Yeah, let's go. Let's moving on.
Okay, any other business
bragging.
this evening? Hey, I think that is a personal challenge from Vice Mayor Love. Any other business from this body? Okay, now we're going to move to public recognition on non-agenda related items. Invite you forward, Mr. Brinkley.
Charles Brinkley, 155 Alpha Drive, here in Gallatin. I'd like to make a public announcement. Mr. Mayor, you probably already know about it. Sumner County NAACP will be celebrating their 55th anniversary at 290 East Winchester Street here in Gallatin on October 26th at 5 p.m. The Reverend Howard E. Jones of Nashville will be the guest speaker. And we also have a theme. It says, show your commitment, vote. But I'm going to kind of reverse it on my personal. I want you to show your commitment by purchasing tickets. Mayor, you should have had a mayor a letter about this anyway. But I'd be remiss if I didn't make this announcement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Brinkley.
Mr. Brinkley? Yes. You said thank you.
I said, no, I just said thank you. I'm sorry. We're not hearing each other at all this evening. Anyone else with any public comment on non-agenda related items? All right, you all know what the next item is.
Motion to adjourn.
By Councilman Carter. Second by Vice Mayor Love. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Ladies and gentlemen, we're adjourned. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you for being with us this evening. Council, y'all did well on time. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, department heads, too. Bye now.
You don't want